Okay, it is time for your health check. Vaccines for 28 million American children on the way to authorization after an advisory panel to the FDA voted in support of the Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. So this outcome is not a huge surprise, but the meeting was intense. The FDA advisory panel met from 7:30 yesterday morning till about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. I listened in on pretty much the whole thing. These experts look at the data presented from clinical trials. They ask questions, they listen to public comment, and then they weigh in. So the bottom line, as of yesterday, they voted 17 yes plus 1 abstention to move forward in recommending Pfizer's COVID vaccine be authorized for that age group 5 to 11. So this would be under emergency use authorization, okay, not full FDA approval. We do expect the FDA to go with the panel's recommendation and authorize. This was not an easy decision for some panelists. You wouldn't know that unless you listen to these meetings. And here's why. Clinical trial data on this population didn't really start until June 1st. The number of kids in the study, relatively small, 2,200. But you got to remember, 750 of those kids got the placebo. So you got 1,500-ish who got the vaccine. The dose for these younger kids was another hot topic. This is going to be a 2-dose vaccine, 10 micrograms each, 3 weeks apart. So the scheduling is the same as Pfizer's vaccine for adults, but the dose is 1/3 of ours. Reactions to the vaccine based on trial data were also similar to adults. The most common, some kids experienced headache, fatigue, soreness at the injection site. There were no instances of adverse side effects like anaphylaxis, no cases of myocarditis or pericarditis, and those are inflammation of the heart muscle itself and of the lining of the heart. And this is really sort of a thing concerning a lot of parents when it comes to giving their kids this vaccine.
These incidents are very low, not only when taken in the context of the number of individuals who have received the vaccine, but they're also very low when taken in the context of the general public as a whole. What is not very low, however, is the risk of myocarditis from the virus itself.
Yeah, an important point made there by Dr. Mark Casanova. That message echoed many times during the FDA panel's meeting. One more point where some of these panelists did seem to hesitate, the idea of making this vaccine available and then perhaps having it made mandatory for kids or part of a vaccine schedule at schools. They didn't want that to be the case at this time. They just wanted it to be available to kids who really need it. The CDC is going to pick up this discussion next week. The soonest your 5 to 11-year-olds could get that first shot, if everything is green lighted right now, is November 4th. Okay, that is your health check. We're going to turn things back to